Important management tools to program managers in both government and industry is the work breakdown structure. Work breakdown structure gives the government and industry program manager the common thread for evaluating how the project is going to be done, give them the visibility they need on progress in the program, and also identifying problem areas. For those of you who don't or aren't familiar with the work breakdown structure and why you should need to know and understand it, is it gives us, one, the common thread. It gives the government and contractor the ability to evaluate the work that's to be done. It allows you to identify at what level the work is to be done. An audit trail is provided to government for going in and looking at the contractor's work breakdown structure to ensure that everything that's in that government statement of work is somewhere in that contractor's work breakdown structure, that the work is being accomplished as we understand it and as the contractors understand it, and that he's put it in a logical place so that we feel sure that the work is being done properly. The other thing that's important to you as probably a business and financial manager is the work breakdown structure as approved by the government at contract award allows that structure to be used as a negotiating tool or a framework for negotiation, especially if you're in a sole source environment dealing with a major contractor. You can use that approved work breakdown structure as a common framework for negotiating each piece of the work breakdown structure, each piece of the statement of work, with your government functional specialist sitting down with your contractor functional specialist. The common thread that we have, as we call it within the work breakdown structure, ensures that the work breakdown structure defines the total program and identifies the work to be done. The slide that you'll see now shows a typical work breakdown structure. In many cases, we refer to that as a product-oriented family tree. It shows how the product is to be done. In this example, we see levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're using an aircraft system as the example. That's level 1. As it aggregates down, you have level 2, which in this case gives you air vehicle, systems ILS, program management, test systems, and data. Then you aggregate down to level 3. For those of you who are requesting contract data based on the work breakdown structure, you need to realize that as you go down each level of the work breakdown structure, you don't have a one-to-one relationship. What you see, and you can see in this example, as you go down each level, the number of elements actually explodes. So we say when you're requesting data from a contractor, be familiar with how his work breakdown structure is laid out. Be familiar with where that critical item is that you want the visibility for is within his work breakdown structure. If you need visibility on a high-risk element within that work breakdown structure, within that contract, then know to go down that chain, in this case maybe just the air vehicle chain, to find and identify how that work is being done and to track the progress on what may be a high-risk item in your project within that contract. Again, it's a product-oriented family tree. What the work breakdown structure is not, it's not an organization chart. Remember, it's not simply a way that contractor team is going to be accomplishing that contract. There are 4 work breakdown structure types that you should be familiar with. There's the summary work breakdown structure, a product summary work breakdown structure, contractor work breakdown structure, and project work breakdown structure. May sound confusing, but they're very simple. The summary work breakdown structure is specified by what we call the Bible of work breakdown structure, Mill Standard 881A. It has taken major systems and for commonality has specified how the government will direct the first 3 levels of the work breakdown structure, levels 1, 2, and 3. If you have one of these major programs that are specified within 881A, and these do include aircraft systems, electronic systems, missile systems, ordnance, ships, surface and space vehicles, then your first three levels for your work breakdown structure are already specified and required within 881A. So that's where those will come from. As you go down one level or go to the project summary work breakdown structure, you will take those top three levels and you will definitize the work and break it down further into your levels 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 or whatever level. The third category of work breakdown structure or type of work breakdown structure is the contract work breakdown structure. The contract work breakdown structure is where when the contractor responds to our request for proposal, and normally even when he's responding to the draft request for proposal, which is what we call a draft RFP, he will build his own internal contract work breakdown structure or work breakdown structure that responds to each piece of that request for proposal, our statement of work, if you will. What that does for us as we go towards contract award is the functional specialist within the government can take that government statement of work, go over and sit down with the contractor, look at his contract work breakdown structure, see and feel confident that each piece of their work, using our engineering specialist, our system engineering specialist, whatever, manufacturing, going to that contract work breakdown structure and seeing that each piece is there, that it's articulated somewhere within his work breakdown structure. If it's missing, then he hasn't responded totally to our statement of work. Conversely, as an audit trail, we can go look, we the government, can go look at his contract work breakdown structure with our specialist, and if we see work that we don't think is in our statement of work, we can go back to the statement of work, and if it in fact is not there, is not requested or required by the government, then that contractor may have misunderstood our requirement, may be doing work that is not authorized. Okay. Very important work breakdown structure, the contract work breakdown structure. Finally, we have what we call the project work breakdown structure. Again, simply spoken, it's go back to the program office, in our case the systems program office, and the people there within the government will take all of the contract work breakdown structures for all the pieces of that program, and they will consolidate it into one integrated work breakdown structure for all and each contract to ensure that there's a logical flow, that there's a linkage, and that all the work that we think is being done and included to work towards that project. The chart that you'll see now is a simplified way of showing the types of work breakdown structure. In this case, we've chosen an aircraft system. The F-16 is the example. Because it is an aircraft system, a major program, we've gone to 881A. We've gotten the first three levels, levels 1, 2, and 3 of the work breakdown structure, which are specified. We've broken it down further in a project summary work breakdown structure using the F-16 to break it down to the level we in the government feel that it makes a logical sense. Then in responding to our request for proposal, developing his own internal work breakdown structure, in this case the contractor being General Dynamics, he would build his internal work breakdown structure referred to as the contract work breakdown structure for the F-16. Then back at the Systems Program Office, they would be integrating not only General Dynamics airframe work breakdown structure and the other components that General Dynamics may be working on, but they will also have the engine manufacturer contract, if it's a separate contract, say with General Electric, that General Electric work breakdown structure, and also any equipment that's provided by other vendors or what, integrating that into one total project work breakdown structure. And that kind of gives you a simple way of showing the example of how each of these four play. Easy to see. So what I'd like to say in summary is work breakdown structure is not just something that looks like an organization chart. It's a very, very key tool to successful program management. The fact that the contractor has a government-approved work breakdown structure that articulates everything that's in the statement of work, that it defines the total program, all the work that's to be done on that contract, that you can see how each piece of the work is related to the other pieces of work, and that you have an understanding of how this is to be done, and the fact that it's product-oriented and sums up to the product that we're looking for.